We are just speaking a little bit. Some of our brothers came to visit us, and mashallah, he is happy. And we're saying, what are you happy for? And very sincerely he says, I'm happy for everything that Allah has given me. Then say, okay, make it into a better answer. That's a wrong answer. Then he has manners. So he says, you correct me. So I'm not one to correct. We are just remembering what our Shaykh is teaching us. And we're saying. And we must be thankful for what Allah has given. And we're thankful for what Allah has not given. Because maybe what we are asking for is not good for us. Maybe what is not given to us, it is a good for us. And I asked, what is the best thing? What is the most important thing to be thankful for? And he says, Iman, faith. And I said, let's begin with Islam. We are thankful for the Shahadat. We are thankful that we are blessed with that Shahadat. Have we reached to faith yet? Well, it's so easy for everyone to say, Allahu Alam. Of course Allah knows best. But we're not asking Allah, we're asking you, we're asking me, we're asking everyone. Do we have faith yet? And what is the faith meaning in these days? It changes. Of course, Iman, Islam, Iman, Ihsan. We know what is the pillars of Islam. Islam has how many pillars? 5. And the first, it is the Shahadat. And everything else is coming from that Shahadat. That Shahadat that you speak with your tongue and you believe with your heart. Now, that Shahadat, it has to be an action, not just a speech, which is why you're making the actions of the Salah, of the namaz, of the prayer. And what does that give you? That gives you nearness to Allah. How does it give you nearness to Allah? Isn't the namaz a mi'raj for the believers? So the action of the Shahadat is worshipping 5 times a day. Now the action is not just 5 times a day, it must involve your whole body. So you make one more step up to prove the Shahadat. And that's why we're fasting. We're fasting 1 whole month. The whole body now is bearing witness to the oneness and the greatness of Allah, and understanding and bearing witness to our own weakness. Now it's not just enough what we're doing with our bodies. Now it is what we have surrounding us. The zakat that you have to say, we cannot be too attached to it. This is not us, we have to give the zakat. Now the zakat is according to what is set. But the zakat of the believer and the zakat of those ones with very high belief is different. Some saying, okay, just 1/40th part. But some saying, this is the level, basic level. Everyone, if they want to fly, they say, I want to pay basic, but I want to fly first class. If they can bump me up, I want to be bumped up, correct? No one is arguing with that. But now when it comes to zakat, everyone is saying, no, just a basic package, please. Basic package. Then your faith is now not going to get bumped up. Because the namaz, the saum, and the zakat, whatever that you are doing there in these 3, that you are doing it sincerely and with value, it is going to make your shahadat to become stronger. Some, they're saying, no, 1/40th is too little, we're going to give more. Some, they say, you know what, we give all. Some, they say, we give our lives to, doesn't belong to us. In the way of Siddiq al-Akbar, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, he gave everything. He even gave his wife and his children to the way of Allah. That is the meaning of his reply when the Prophet says, what did you leave for your wife and your children? And he says, Allah and his Prophet. Do you understand? He already given his whole family now, not just himself and his whole family to Allah. So those following in the way of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, at least we have to have that kind of understanding. Then it is the Hajj. And now with the Hajj, not only you are doing it with your body several times a day, not only that you are understanding your physical weakness, not only you are understanding whatever material that you have around you, it doesn't belong to you. Everything that you have belongs to Allah. Now everything you are going to leave. You're going to leave. It is a rehearsal of death to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the real way of meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you say labbaik Allah, here I am, O my Lord, is when you are in Judgment Day. So now the Hajj is collecting everything and making now from the Shahadat, to bring the Shahadat now away from this world, away from this dunya. Because the prayer is still being said in this dunya, no? The fasting is still in this dunya. The zakat is what you give in this dunya. Everything is related to the dunya, but the Hajj, although it is being made from this dunya, but it is a rehearsal for Akhirat. So that is Islam. Iman, to believe in Allah. Amantu billahi wal malaikatihi, the malaikas, wa kutubihi, the books, the kitabs, 104 of them. Wa rasulihi, the rasuls, the prophets, 124,000 prophets, and the rasuls, 313. Wa yawmil akhir, the day of judgment. And khairihi wa sharihi, you believe in the destiny of Allah, and the good and the bad, it is coming from Allah. Now that is faith. Amantu billahi. So to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of this, shahadat and namaz and saum and zakat and hajj, it is to make us to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is to give us faith. You can also do the actions of the shahadat, the namaz, the saum, the zakat and the hajj, just the actions, but you don't have faith. There are millions who are doing it. May Allah not make us to be amongst them. That's what the tariqat, it is concentrating on, to watch for these kinds of diseases inside of us that is making our shahadat, our namaz, our zakat, our saum, our hajj, our actions to be corrupt, to look, to see. Now this is hypocrisy. We have to work on it. Sometimes it takes 1 year, sometimes it takes 10 years, sometimes it takes a whole lifetime. But we must look at it, we must make intention to work on it. And the believer, he must make progress. Today must be better than yesterday. Which tomorrow must be better than today. So now, we are thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us that shahadat. To make that shahadat to be the most important thing, that everything else that we are doing in this life, it is to protect that shahadat. Everything else is to make that shahadat to enter more deeper into our hearts, and for us to experience that shahadat. Because the shahadat is that, to be shahid, to witness. Witness. We are saying, I witness, I bear witness that there's no ilah except for Allah. We are saying we bear witness, but how do we bear witness to that? People are not understanding tariqat, or they want to misunderstand tariqat. But especially, not talk about tariqats, talk about our association, our Jamaat, what Shaykh Effendi is concentrating on. Day and night, all his life is concentrating on nothing but that shahadat. First, we bear witness that there is no ilah To bear witness that there's no ilah, first you have to say these are the false ilahs. And you have to kick them out, except for Allah. Allah is haq, but there's so much batil. Just like in the Jahiliyyah time, the Kaaba, it is to bear witness to the Tawhid, the unity of Allah, but there's so many idols that are around it. So Holy Prophet ﷺ came to destroy all the idols, so that the Tawhid, it is not to say only Allah remains. Tawhid, the unity of Allah, is there. And the heart is the Kaaba of the believers. It is also the Arsh of Allah. But it is surrounded by these ilahs. If you're not understanding what are the ilahs that are surrounding, how you can get rid of it? If you don't understand what they are, and you don't try to get rid of it, how you are going to even fulfill the first part of your shahadat? To say, I bear witness that there is no ilah except for Allah. This is what we are concentrating on. Now, what are the other ilahs? What are the ilahs now? Oh, the ilahs, hundreds and thousands of tricks of the ilahs, of traps of the ilahs, whatever that we're putting in our hearts. Our ego, number one, our ego. Because in reality, nothing is declaring itself to be Allah, except for the ego. No malaika is declaring itself to be Allah. Shaitan is never declaring itself to be Allah. In fact, Shaitan is saying to Firaun that is saying, Anna Rabbul Ala, I am your highest Lord. And Shaitan is even laughing at him. He says, not even I declare something like that. And you, because one day the Firaun was in his room and Shaitan was outside knocking on the door, and the Firaun says, who is that? Shaitan came in and he says, you are declaring you are the highest Lord and you don't even know who is behind the door. What kind of a Lord are you? But the Firaun there is an example for mankind. Firaun is coming from mankind. It's not coming from the other creatures. It's not coming from aliens or lizard kind people. Nowadays, sheikhs, they're busy with aliens and lizard people. They see too much YouTube videos. Now they're giving sohbats about that. Allah, yeah. You discover your own alien inside of you and your own lizard kind of creature. The ego is worse than that for you to get rid of. You're trying to do all these kind of conspiracy things. Anyway, Malaika is not declaring itself to be Allah. No jinn is declaring that. No animal is declaring that, definitely. No other creatures that Allah has created that we know and we don't know is declaring lordship, except for the ego. Except for the ego. It is only the ego that is declaring lordship now. So, if you are not saying La to your ego, then you will not discover illallah. You're not going to discover. Doesn't matter how much you know. You don't know your ego. You know nothing. And you will not know Allah. Doesn't matter if you're a Hafiz of a Quran, Hafiz of Tawrat, Injil and Zabur, 104 books, you are Hafiz. You don't know your ego. You don't know the ilahs. You will not know Allah. Doesn't matter if you know all the knowledges that is in this world, in the heavens, if you know, which in these days people claiming that they know, but they don't know. All they know is just what they read in a couple of books here and there, and they're just rehashing it. But you know, this world changes, this universe changes. You think those worlds, so many say 18,000 worlds, 18,000 worlds maybe at that time. Allah is continuously creating. You think it's remaining the same? It's changing. But we live in these times, fake times. Just like that Hadith Sharif is saying, fake times. They look like holy people, but they are oppressors. So, we are concentrating on the ego. And the ego, it is a lifelong journey. And this is the biggest jihad. And may Allah take our life when we are fighting our ego. Because if Allah takes our life when we're fighting the ego, that time we will die as a shaheed. You understand? Because there is no way. For a believer, he's saying there is no way that he can find any safety if he's going to be questioned on the Day of Judgment. No way he's going to escape. And the believer has honor. The believer says, yes, we are hoping for the intercession of the Prophet ﷺ also, but we have honor, and we're not those ones who are just asking for a free pass to go to paradise. Because the believer has honor. And the believer says, whatever I do, I have to earn it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His generosity has given us that opportunity. You die fighting your ego, you will die as a bigger martyr than the one who is involved in the physical jihad. We have to be busy with this. That is the only thing that is going to save us. Yes, we wish for intercession, we wish for mercy. But you know, no matter what people give you, is different when you earn your own halal money and you buy something for yourself. No, the feeling is different. It's like that, similar. Because for the martyr now, he will not be questioned. But it is important that we live stepping in our ego one way or another. And may Allah take our lives that way, holding on firmly to the teachings of our Shaykh. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.